Alright, what is up, people? Welcome back to the show. Before we get into it, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button, like it. Share it with your cousin who thinks falafel is a type of Italian pasta. Do it now. We need those metrics. Okay, so, let's get real. If you've ever hung out with an Arab, a Muslim, or even just watched a movie where a character is vaguely from the Middle East, you've heard them. 2 words. They're everywhere. Like Starbucks or that one Drake song you can't escape, Inshallah, Alhamdulillah. They pop up in conversations about everything from billion-dollar business deals to whether your uncle will finally fix that leaky faucet. Salt, pepper. Now you might have heard these words and just nodded along, pretending you knew what was up. No shame in that game. It's like when someone explains cryptocurrency to you, and you're just like, ah yes, the blockchain, totally. But today, we are pulling back the curtain. We're going deep. We're going to unpack these linguistic titans. These aren't just filler words like or like. No. These are loaded phrases, packed with centuries of theology, culture, and a very specific way of looking at the world. They are the secret sauce, the cheat code to understanding a huge part of the global population. So buckle up. Language is more than a tool for communication. It's a window into the soul of a culture. For over 1.5 billion Muslims and countless Arabs of different faiths, these words are fundamental. They shape how people think about time, success, failure, and getting through Tuesday. Okay, let's start with the big one. The one you hear for literally any future event. You ask your friend, hey, are you coming to the party on Friday? They hit you with, yeah, inshallah. You ask your dad, can you help me move this weekend? He says, we'll see, inshallah. What does it mean? Literally, it translates to if God wills it. But the application is a beautiful, complex, multi-layered masterpiece. It's the Swiss Army knife of future tense communication. It's a statement of humility, acknowledging that human plans are subject to a higher power. On one level, inshallah is a profound expression of faith. It's a core tenet of Islam. Ultimate control belongs to God. So when someone says inshallah, they submit their plans to divine will. It's a reminder that no matter how much you plan, how detailed your Google Calendar is, how many reminders you set on your phone, life can and will happen. It's a way of saying, I will do my best, I intend this to occur, but the final outcome isn't entirely in my hands. It's a spiritual safety net built into the language. But let's be real, it's not always that deep. Sometimes, inshallah is the most polite, non-committal maybe you will ever hear, the cultural equivalent of leaving someone on read, but to their face, it's a soft no, a gentle, probably not. You ask your aunt if she likes your new very loud, experimental haircut. She smiles and says, it will grow on me, inshallah. Translation, I hate it, but I love you, so I can't say that. It's a social lubricant that prevents awkwardness and saves feelings. It allows for a graceful exit from a commitment you have no intention of keeping. So you have this duality. Is it a sincere declaration of faith, or a polite way to say no? The answer is, yes, it's both. The meaning is all in the context, the tone of voice, and your relationship with the person. When your best friend says, I'll be there at 7, inshallah with a big smile, it means I'm trying my best but you know how traffic is. When your boss asks if the impossible report will be done by morning and you say yes inshallah with a dead look in your eyes, it means I will try. But let's be realistic, man, it's a beautiful dance of sincerity and social strategy. Let's go on a little safari into the daily life of inshallah. Scene 1, the family dinner. Your mom has made a feast. You ask, Mom, can we have this again next week? She, while clearing plates and already looking exhausted, will smile warmly and say, Inshallah Habibi. This is the, I love you, but let me recover first, inshallah. It's a promise wrapped in a condition. The condition is her sanity and energy levels. It's not a no, but it's definitely not a guaranteed yes. It's an acknowledgement of your desire while gently managing expectations. A masterclass in parental diplomacy. Scene 2, the business meeting. You're in a high-stakes negotiation in Riyadh. Everything is on the line. You've presented your numbers, your projections, your 5-year plan. The sheikh at the head of the table listens patiently, steeples his fingers. After a long, dramatic pause, he says, this is a very promising venture. We will sign the papers next week, inshallah. Now, your heart just dropped into your stomach. Is this good or bad? In this context, it's a sign of positive intent, but it also means the deal isn't done until it's done. It's a reminder that even in the world of cold, hard cash, there's an element of fate at play. Scene 3, the friend zone. Not that friend zone. I'm talking about friends. You're trying to make plans. The group chat is blowing up. Beach day Saturday? Someone types. Replies roll in, yes, I'm in. And then there's that one friend. They type, Sounds amazing. I'll try to make it, inshallah. This is the, I have 3 other potential plans and will choose the best one at the last minute, inshallah. It keeps their options open. It's a social get-out-of-jail-free card. You can't even be mad at them because technically, they didn't lie. And finally, the most common one of all. The traffic inshallah. You're on the phone, late for a meeting. Where are you? Your colleague asks frantically. I'm 5 minutes away, inshallah, you shout, while stuck in a sea of red taillights that stretches to the horizon. In this case, inshallah is a prayer. It's a desperate plea to the traffic gods. You've done your part. You left the house. Now you're at the mercy of forces beyond your control, namely 1,000 other cars all trying to get to the same place. It is a perfect blend of personal responsibility and the surrender to external chaos. Now, if inshallah is the word for the future, alhamdulillah is the word for everything else. The past, the present, the good, the bad. It is the undisputed GOAT. What does it mean? The literal translation, all praise is for God. That sounds a little formal, like a dusty scroll. In reality, it's fluid and emotional. Think of it as a super word that can mean, thank God I'm grateful, that's awesome. Phew, that was close. It is what it is. It's the ultimate expression of gratitude and acceptance. Let's break it down. At its core, gratitude. You ace an exam, alhamdulillah. You get a promotion, alhamdulillah. You find a perfect parking spot, alhamdulillah. It's acknowledging blessings, big and small. A verbal act of counting blessings, not taking fortune for granted, actively expressing thanks. A built-in practice of gratitude, key to happiness. It keeps you centered and appreciative. But here's where it gets interesting. Arabs and Muslims use it for the bad stuff too. Your car breaks down, alhamdulillah. You get sick, alhamdulillah. You lose your job, alhamdulillah. I know what you're thinking, that makes no sense. It's not thanking the bad, it's acceptance and perspective. Saying alhamdulillah means, it could have been worse. It recognizes hidden wisdom or a lesson. This is sabr, patience. Saying alhamdulillah in trial is faith and resilience. It's trusting a bigger picture you might not see. Car broke down, alhamdulillah. At least, no accident. Got sick? Alhamdulillah. Just a cold. It reframes the negative without ignoring pain. A psychological tool for fortitude. Finding a silver lining. Radical acceptance in a single word. Okay, so let's roll the tape on the Alhamdulillah Supercut. Imagine you're at home. You've just finished a huge, delicious meal. You lean back in your chair, full and content, and let out a deep, satisfied Alhamdulillah. This is the food coma Alhamdulillah. It's a thank you to the cook, a thank you for the food on the table, a thank you to your stomach for that third piece of baklava. It's pure, unadulterated contentment. Every Arab mom lives for this moment. For her it's like her Oscar, her Grammy, her Nobel Prize all rolled into one. Now picture this, your friend calls you up with some amazing news. I got the job, they scream into the phone. Your first response, almost instinctively, is Alhamdulillah. I'm so happy for you. This is the shared joy, Alhamdulillah. You're celebrating their success as if it were your own. You're attributing that blessing to a higher source. It amplifies their happiness and shares in their gratitude. It connects you to their good fortune and turns their win into communal thanks. It strengthens the bonds of friendship and community. Here's a classic you'll see every single day. Someone sneezes. Achoo! The first thing they'll say, almost as part of the sneeze itself, is Alhamdulillah. In the West, someone else says bless you. But in the Arab and Muslim world, you bless yourself first. You say Alhamdulillah. Praise be to God. Old traditions say sneezing expels illness from the body, so you're thankful for that relief. Or some say the heart stops for a millisecond, so you're thankful you're still alive. Whatever the origin, it's just an automatic reflex. Then someone nearby will say, Yarhamuk Allah, may God have mercy on you, and that completes the exchange. And finally, there's the most profound one. The it is what it is, Alhamdulillah. You're talking to an elder, maybe an old man who has really seen it all. You ask him, how are you doing? He might have aches and pains, he might have faced losses, but he'll look at you with clear eyes and say, Alhamdulillah, I am here. This isn't a denial of his struggles, it's the ultimate statement of resilience. I have lived, I have endured. For the breath I have today, I am grateful. It's a testament to a life of perspective, a worldview that finds grace not in the absence of hardship, but in the ability to endure it with faith. So, we've seen the what. Now let's get into the why. Why are inshallah and alhamdulillah everywhere in daily life? The first and most obvious answer is faith. For Muslims, these phrases point to core religious principles. The Quran itself encourages this. And never say, I will definitely do this tomorrow without adding, inshallah. It's treated as divine instruction, For a practicing Muslim, saying Inshallah is an act of obedience and piety. It's a verbal reminder of God's sovereignty over affairs. Alhamdulillah opens the Quran. The first verse, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, meaning, all praise is for God, Lord of all the worlds. Gratitude in Islam is foundational. The faith teaches that gratitude increases blessings. Saying Alhamdulillah becomes a spiritual practice. It cultivates a positive relationship with the divine, and it invites more good into one's life. It turns daily moments into worship and reflection. A simple way to keep faith front and center. But it's not only religion, it's culture too. For centuries, these phrases passed down across the Arab world. Used by Muslims, used by Christians, used by people of other faiths. They became part of the cultural lexicon, beyond religion. An Arab Christian in Lebanon might say Inshallah just like a Muslim in Egypt. These words capture a shared cultural worldview. Community-oriented values rather than hyper-individualism. A worldview that accepts fate or destiny. Not everything is under our control. This gives identity and belonging. Using these words signals membership in a shared community. It's a linguistic handshake. They connect you to your heritage, your family, and a collective history. In a changing, globalized world, these phrases act as anchors. They are familiar, comforting, and quintessentially Arab. A piece of home you can carry anywhere. A simple way to keep your roots in a complex modern world. Digging even deeper, we find that Inshallah and Alhamdulillah are not just phrases, they represent an entire mindset. They shape a person's psychological approach to life, especially around stress and uncertainty. Let's look at Inshallah again. In a world that tells you to hustle 24/7, to control every outcome, to manifest your destiny, Inshallah offers a radical alternative. Surrender. It's not passive, it's active. You do the work, you put in the effort, you make the plan, then you release your white-knuckle grip on the outcome. This mindset can be incredibly liberating. It can reduce anxiety about the future. You place a degree of trust in a larger plan. It's a psychological buffer against modern stress. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough to do your part, and you're wise enough to know which parts are not yours to control. Serenity, to accept the things I cannot change. Courage to change the things I can. Wisdom to know the difference. Distilled into a single, elegant word. Now let's look at the Alhamdulillah mindset. Active, conscious gratitude. Our brains are hardwired with negativity bias. We focus on what's wrong, what's missing, what could be a threat. Saying Alhamdulillah is like CBT you do all day. It retrains your brain to scan for the positive. Bus made it, Alhamdulillah. Sun after rain, Alhamdulillah. Perfect coffee, Alhamdulillah. These microdoses of gratitude add up. Reinforced positivity boosts mental well-being. It fosters resilience, increases happiness, reduces envy or victimhood. Saying Alhamdulillah for hardships is radical acceptance. You acknowledge reality without being defeated. You still feel sadness, anger, pain, but alongside those feelings you keep a baseline of faith and trust. It builds emotional strength and spiritual strength, letting you navigate life's ups and downs with grace. One of the most beautiful functions of these words is how they act as a cultural glue binding generations together. The exact same Inshallah that a young Arab teenager uses to vaguely commit to cleaning their room is the same Inshallah their great-great-grandfather used when planning the season's harvest. The same Alhamdulillah whispered by a student passing an exam was whispered by their grandmother after a safe journey. These words are living threads of history, woven through the tapestry of family and community life. They create a shared emotional and spiritual language that spans decades. For many in the Arab diaspora, people whose families have moved to Europe, the Americas, Australia, these words are a vital link to their heritage. They might not speak fluent Arabic, they might never have lived in their ancestral homeland, but they know Inshallah and Alhamdulillah. They heard it from their parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. These words become precious heirlooms, passed down not in a box, but in conversation. Using them is a way of honoring their elders and keeping a piece of their identity alive in a new land. It's a taste of home, a sound of family. This connection is not just nostalgic, it's educational. When a child asks their parent, "Why do you always say that?" it opens a door. It's an opportunity to explain the concept of faith, gratitude, humility, reliance on God. It's a chance to pass on not just a word but the entire value system that underpins it. These simple, everyday phrases become teachable moments. They are the seeds of a worldview planted in the soil of daily conversation that grow with the child into a deeply rooted understanding of who they are and where they come from. Ultimately, These words foster empathy and understanding within the family and the community. When your daughter says she'll get the chores done inshallah, you understand the mix of intention and teen procrastination. When your grandfather responds to a question about his health with a quiet Alhamdulillah, you understand the lifetime of experience and faith contained in that single word. It creates a shorthand for complex emotions and situations. It's a shared code that reinforces bonds, communicates deep meaning with incredible efficiency, and ensures that the wisdom of the past continues to resonate in the present. So there you have it, inshallah and Alhamdulillah. They are not just words. A philosophy of life compressed into a few syllables. Inshallah is the humble acknowledgement our plans are just rough drafts submitted for a higher approval. It's our best intention, and a reminder we are not the sole authors of our story. The bridge between our effort and the mystery of fate. How you plan for the future without letting anxiety break you. A release valve for the pressure to control everything. And Alhamdulillah is the response to everything. The celebration of a victory, big or small, comfort in a moment of loss, quiet acceptance of a reality we didn't choose but must navigate, an active choice to find gratitude in every circumstance, counting blessings instead of burdens, seeing the glass as half full, not naive optimism, but deep faith that the water is a gift. Together, these words create a powerful framework for life. They teach a rhythm, plan with effort, release the outcome with humility, inshallah, then receive whatever comes, the success or the lesson with gratitude and acceptance, Alhamdulillah, a cycle of striving, surrendering and appreciating, deeply spiritual and intensely practical, a roadmap for resilience, a guide to finding peace in a chaotic world, a reminder we are part of something bigger, grace in our ambitions and gratitude for the present. So, one final thought. These words provide a lens to view the world, a built-in mechanism for humility and gratitude. They shape thought and anchor identity. It makes you wonder, every culture has words like this, expressions heavier than their literal meaning. They might not be as ubiquitous as inshallah and alhamdulillah, but they exist. So my question, what is the inshallah or alhamdulillah of your life? What single word or phrase helps you make sense of the world? To express your deepest beliefs about the future, the present, and your place in it all? Think about it.